G'day folks, it's the Meeple Monkey here again with another Marvel United gameplay video for you. Yeah, really excited to get into this one. Apologies, I've been sort of down a bit with COVID in the last few days and stuff. I had planned to get this video done for you a little while ago. I put up a poll on the YouTube channel, and people voted to see me take on Kang. But yeah, it's been a little while to get this to you, so apologies for that. But yeah, excited to get down to the table, and yeah, lots of news has been popping up recently from CMON and different quarters, all about the new multiverse. So very excited about that. So hopefully, if there's time at the end of the video, I can maybe have a bit of a chat about that and yeah, talk to you guys about my thoughts on that and what I'm looking forward to and all that sort of stuff. So we'll see how we go. Apologies if I'm a bit sort of scatterbrained, or even more scatterbrained than normal in this one. We'll see if I've under any of the effects of like COVID brain or anything like that. So we'll see. Could make it interesting difficulty mode having COVID brain trying to play this game. So we'll see how we go. But hopefully I've put together a fun scenario for you. So we'll we'll have a look at it. So let's see. So yeah, like we said, I put out a poll recently with a few different villains that I thought I'd be keen to sort of show off soon, or next, I guess. And apologies with this harsh light. I'm playing during the day, and the lighting's a bit weird. So if this isn't great, just let us know if it's terrible or whatever, and I won't do this again. I'll try and use some different lighting or something like that next time. Just leave us a message in the comments, I guess. Yeah, so I always get myself off track here, getting a bit out of breath too. But yeah, Kang is the one that came out on top in terms of that vote that I put up a little while ago. So yeah, he was pretty solid favourite. So, and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool because the Quantumania movie's coming out soon and that sort of thing. So who have we got here? So Kang, we're playing with 3 heroes. So he's going to start with 7 health there, and then he's one of these heroes that doesn't activate his BAM if he KOs you. So instead he plays another master plan card, so he's trying to sort of race that master plan card. So he is really trying to sort of BAM you a lot, because he does a lot of damage with his BAMs, and he seems to have there's something down here which I'm assuming he's going to have a good way of being able to get to you, sort of thing. So I think he's going to be trying to BAM you a lot, which is going to race through his master plan card. So yeah, with the yeah, so when a hero is KO'd, Kang doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, he plays another master plan card. His BAM, what does it do? If he's in a so this is what I'm like, whoa, if he's in a location, so can he sort of travel through the in between parts of the locations, or I guess we'll find out. But deal 2 damage. So if he's in a location, deal 2 damage to each hero in his location, in Kang's location, and 1 damage to each hero in adjacent locations. So he basically sort of can affect 3 locations at once. So he's basically a big area of effect dude. So let's see what else does. And then if he is, now this is interesting, if he's out of play. So if he's in a location, that's what he does, but he can also leave play somehow. So I'm wondering, if you kill him a bunch of times, you got to like keep killing him over again or something, but doesn't seem to be anything about that on here. So well, I'm sure we'll discover it through his master plan deck, I'm guessing. But it says here, if he's out of play, add a thug to every location, and do not add any other civilians or thugs instead on the master plan card. So a lot of the master plan cards, if you guys have played the game, if you're familiar, you probably are if you're watching this, but if you're not, on the master plan cards, they'll often have, as one of the sort of last effects of the card of his action, is he drops a bunch of civilians or thug tokens on the locations. So he doesn't do that in this case. So if he's out of play and he does a BAM, then this adding a thug to every location replaces that, because normally that's sort of limited to the locations around where he is, that little effect there. And then overflow. If one or more, so this is why do we put all these thugs and civilians down? Well, he's also trying to beat us up by doing that. So if one or more civilian or thug tokens can't be added to a location, add one crisis token to that location. Sorry, I feel like my throat's not quite, and my nose isn't quite back to full strength. And add, crisis to that location. So basically, if you get an overflow effect there, what you have to do is you have to put a crisis token on that location. And then locations with crisis tokens lose their end of turn effect. So most of the locations in the game give you some sort of bonus if you can clear that threat off the location. Then not only are you working towards one of the missions you're trying to do, but you're also giving yourself some sort of bonus that you can get from that location. But if that happens, if you put a crisis there, then you don't get that benefit anymore. And you'll notice there's often, when you have these crisis tokens, there's often some sort of way to remove that, but on this card, there's no way to remove that, so that seems like a permanent effect. So unless there's some sort of way to get rid of it in these cards, but usually their master plan deck isn't helping you out, so yeah, that's a bit nasty. So we have to deal with all of that. He's going to be sort of jumping in and out, I guess he's jumping in and out of time and that sort of thing. And so we're going to have to deal with that and achieve our missions of either defeating thugs, rescuing civilians, or clearing threats. And if we can complete 2 out of those 3, then he becomes vulnerable to damage, and we can start attacking him and try and remove his 7 health there. So that's the name of the game, is to get through these missions as quickly as we can, to make him vulnerable as quickly as we can, so that we can take him out. So in terms of the hero team, I've picked, obviously, with the movie coming out, because I don't really, you guys probably know by now, I'm not like I'm a fan of the comics and stuff, but I don't really have a lot of knowledge, especially with a lot of the newer stuff, and so, even though Kang's not very new, but I don't really have a big knowledge of the comics, so I don't really know who his big nemesis are, or like the big arcs and stuff that he's famous for. I think, with some cursory research, he's sort of like an Avenger and Fantastic Four sort of villain, but I figured, well, with the movie coming out and the fact that I'd sort of used a few of the Avengers and stuff recently, and I've used the Fantastic Four on camera, I think, before, so I thought, oh, let's try, I don't think I've used Ant-Man, so let's use Ant-Man and the Wasp. So there's Wasp. Yeah, not liking this light. I might, I don't know, we'll give it a shot for this playthrough, but you guys can let me know if it's garbage. So there's Wasp, so that's cool. Definitely don't think I've used her before. And then now Hulk, I'm pretty sure I've used before, but I've just finished painting him, so I thought he doesn't really have anything to do with Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I really wanted to use him just because I painted him, so he'll probably wreck everything and destroy the mission, but yeah, that'll be a bit of fun. Add a bit of chaos to the mix. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's our team. So we've got Ant-Man and the Wasp, plus they've brought in some backup from the Hulk as well, to take on Kang. Now I'm doing a little bit of cheating here. Actually, it might actually break the game, I'm not sure, but with the trying to pick the scenario and the like the locations that would be thematic, I sort of found out that he one of Kang's like personalities is the ruler of Limbo or something like that. So I thought, oh, well, that's a cool place to put him in his starting location. So we've got Limbo at the top there, and then I think another one of his variants rules Latvia. So I think or Latveria. I think you're only supposed to use Latveria when you're using Doctor Doom, or it's sort of got some rules to do with Doctor Doom's Doombots. But I think you can I think it substitutes them for thugs or something like that. So, but anyway, I thought, okay, well, that's cool. We'll put that one in. And then obviously with Quantumania, I thought, oh, well, let's put the Quantum Tunnel in. But this is where we're doing a bit of cheating, because the Quantum Tunnel is a gold location, which is specifically only meant to be used, I believe, in the final battle against Thanos in the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet campaign. So technically you're not supposed to be able to use it, I don't think. I could be wrong, maybe you're meant to be able to mix them in, but I know that, you know, it is specifically for that scenario. So it might be balanced. Like, you'll notice it starts with 4 civilians fully filled up and that sort of thing. And so, and it might have a really powerful ability or something, I don't know, or it might have an ability that relates to, you know, being specific to trying to win the Infinity Gauntlet campaign or something. But it's, yeah, you're not supposed to use it, I don't think. So just be aware. I'm not really showing you guys properly how to play the game, I guess, in this particular aspect. And then related to that, again, doing some research, I found that the Avengers, or not the Avengers, Iron Lad, which is like a young version or something of Kang, when he tries to be a good guy or something, he sort of formed his own Avengers team or something like that. So, and I think they used to hang out at the ruins of the Avengers Mansion or something like that. So I thought, okay, well, let's put the Avengers Mansion in. And then through looking for the Avengers Mansion, I realized that there are 2 copies of it, because there's one version which is another one of these Infinity Gauntlet ones. So we're actually double cheating. We're using 2 Infinity Gauntlet locations. So there you go. So again, you're not supposed to use this one either. But as far as I can tell, I did have a look at these ones, and I think they're identical locations, except this one starts with 3 civilians on it. So yeah, so that's, you know, that unbalances the game, I'm sure, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, this game could go really badly because it's all badly balanced, but we'll see. So this will be a good test of the system. But I also thought this would be funny once I started looking at the what are these things called? The threat cards, because this is called time paradox. I thought, oh well, there you go. We've got a time paradox. We've gone into the quantum tunnel, and then we've got 2 possible mansions we could go to, sort of thing. So you know, which one do we choose, sort of thing. So yes, that's kind of cool. So and then the last location, I really don't know if it's got anything to do with Kang at all, but I've put the Savage Land in mainly because I know in Marvel Champions, when I've played against Kang, he kept throwing these bloody dinosaurs at me in that game. So I'm like, oh well, here's the T-Rex that keeps chasing me around in Marvel Champions. So that's the only reason that's there, really. I don't know if the Savage Land has anything to do with Kang in the comics or anything like that. So anyway, so there we go. So we've explained all that. I'll just go through, speaking of the threats, like I was talking about before. We've got the time paradox here. Whoa, there we go. So all of his threats are these ones where you have to put down lots of heroics to clear them. And this one, and there are 2 of each as well. So this time paradox, as long as this threat is in play, whenever Kang enters play, he does so with full health. So I'm assuming he sort of is able to leave play himself rather than you taking him out. I don't know, but I've basically, I think once you start damaging him, he can sort of like just escape, essentially. And then when he comes back, if you've been damaging him, he'll get his full health back unless you've got rid of these. So these seem pretty, they're almost like those ones that say, you know, you can't do any damage to the villain unless you get rid of this threat. So they're almost like prerequisites. You've just got to get rid of them, because otherwise it's like, well, anytime he escapes, you're just back to square one. So I don't think we can ignore these. Then, and I've put the other time paradox in the other Avengers Mansion, since they're both paradoxes, I guess. And then the hideout. So I've put Kang's, Kang can't take any damage as long as he is in this or adjacent locations. So this is another, he's just like, no, you can't hurt me. You can't hurt me because I get all my health back. You can't help me because I keep escaping. And also, even if you can get me, I can't take any damage on this entire side of the board. And unfortunately, these have ended up, I thought, well, if this is his hideout, then he's going to start in his hideout. And I thought, well, hiding out in the quantum tunnels is probably a good place to hide out too. So he's basically safe in this entire side of the board and this entire side of the board if we don't clear these as well. So boy, oh boy. That's the time hideouts. And the last one is the time army. So, you know, As long as this threat is in play, heroes ending their turn in a location with any thug take 1 damage. So just ending our turn. And remember, one of his things he when he bams is he drops thugs all over the place. So there's probably going to be thugs everywhere. So yeah, not looking forward to that. And if we notice, there's 1, 2. Oh, there's only 2. Okay, but yeah, there's a few that are close to full as well. But there's 2 locations straight up. If he does this thing where he if he's out of play, add a thug to every location, like that's going to be overflowing straight away, and these things will get crisis tokens, so we could be in trouble from the very beginning. We'll see how we go. So yeah, we've got the time hideouts, we've got the time army, so he's got an army of T-Rexes to throw at us, an army of Doombots. He's got some time paradoxes here with the 2 Avengers mansions existing at the same time, and then he's hiding out in Limbo and in the quantum tunnels, and we're hunting him down. So yeah, I thought hopefully it's kind of thematic, but we'll just see if it actually works mechanically and it comes together, if it's achievable. So yeah, all right, well, let's have a look at our heroes then. We've got, who have we got here? I better shuffle these up. So we've got Wasp. I thought, well, let's go ladies first. We've got Ant-Man and then Hulk to come in and smash things up at the end there. Undo all the good work that they've done. Oops, I'm like shuffling, but I'm just going over and over. Let's shuffle. There we go. Yep. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Oh gosh, look at that. Okay, so it's garbage, but then she's got some great cards there to... well, I mean, that's okay, but that's an excellent one to start with, isn't it? Okay, so... almost kind of wish we had that later, but alright. Not bad. Can't complain. Alright. And technically, if you're using those, like I always do, we're kind of playing in baby mode, so yeah, I can't complain if we're getting the good cards. Alright, so Mr. Ant-Man, what do you got? 1, 2, 3 for you. Oh man, it's almost, okay, I was going to say it's almost the same start. So he's got a single thingy, then he's got a single star. And what's this one? Shrink. You cannot take any damage until the beginning of your next turn. Okay. Well, considering he hits pretty hard, because he deals 2 damage to each hero in his list. See, that's not like, oh man. So normally when they do like a big strong hit like that, they target 1 hero, but that's everyone in his location. If he lands on us, that's 2 damage. And then 1 location. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it might be handy having some protection power against him. And we've got Mr. Hulk here. I'm a bit worried about Hulk, because I think Hulk like bashes all the civilians and doesn't rescue them, so we could be in a bit of trouble here. I'm not sure. Just thinking, do we try and smash the thugs? Or do we try and rescue civilians? Because I was sort of tempted to... trying to think of my strategy here. Like, I definitely got to do a lot of heroics to get rid... because these, you just can't leave these on. Like, you've got to get rid of... at least... well, you're definitely going to have to do the clear threats, because there's too many of those that are just, like, making him invulnerable. So we've got to spend a whole bunch of those to get rid of... there's a bunch of those heroics. But I'm sort of... but then it's like, okay, well then we've got a lot of civilians to rescue, but there are a lot of civilians sort of like jamming up the works here, so we sort of want to get rid of them. But he's going to be dropping thugs a lot, isn't he? And I'm just thinking, like, do we have enough punching power? I mean, we've got the Hulk. I don't know how much punching power these guys do, though. Have we got enough punching power? Like, I'm thinking, well, if we focus on defeating thugs and taking them out, that's a lot of punching power we're going to have to generate to do that. Well, I guess we'll see. And it doesn't help that we've got so many of these bloody civilians kind of forcing our hand hit anyway. Alright. Well, 1, 2, 3. let's see what the Hulk says about this. He's going to smash everything. Oh, that's interesting. Deal 1 damage to everything else in this location, and then discard all. Wow. I mean, I guess he could just take care of all those guys by himself. But then I guess we're sort of almost... Oh, he's got 2 of those. Oh no, he's got 2 Hulk smashes. Okay, he's got them both out at the same time, so he just wants to start beating civilians up. Maybe these are all Kang's minions. Maybe they're not really as you know, innocent as as they're professing to be. Okay, well, I'm going to take a seat now. I think I've shown you everything we need to see there, and let's get stuck into it. Okay. All right. Well, whew. I'm hoping I do some good gameplay for you here today, and hopefully I get the rules right and stuff. Because yeah, I'm a bit sort of scatterbrained. But we'll see how we go. So hopefully this will be enjoyable for you. Lots of good videos, lots of good content out there. If you're sort of discovering this channel and like you know, discovering the game and want to get more gameplay views in. But if this is not, because obviously I don't make the most high quality videos in the world. If you do want some good videos, there's also Kanji Studios, One Stop Co-op Shop. And with the new Multiverse thing coming out as well, I think Dice Tower and Board Game Co. and Quackalope are all putting out videos at the moment too. So lots of great Marvel United content coming out. So if this is a bit too ramshackle for you, there's a lot of actual sort of better, more professional video, you know, YouTubers putting out content at the moment. So let's see. Well, Kang's going to get started. So let's see what Kang is going to do. Alright, Mr. Kang. One of the reasons I like this scenario too, we've got like Iron Lad and all these guys, and through looking that stuff up, it seems like they would be cool characters for like a multiverse expansion pack or something like that, you know, like the Young Avengers or something like that. So we might even be sort of playing with some thematic multiverse stuff happening here now too. So, alright, what's he going to do? He's going to bam, that's not good, but how far is he moving? I did see the bam. Now, hopefully that light is not really messing up your view of these cards, guys. Kang. He's going to move 1. He's going to bam. Deal 2 damage in his location. If he's in a location, which he is. Okay. Okay, good. So alright, so we got away with that one, but he's going to drop a bunch of stuff. Oh, and it's all a bunch of civilians. So, because I was thinking, maybe I'll go with the, what do you call these guys? So, how many is he putting out? Oh, he wants 2 in this location, so is it? Oh, there you go. I don't think any of these locations, I don't think I'm going to get to use any of these abilities, am I? So, so this has got a overflow already. Locations with a crisis effect token lose their end of turn effect, yep. Bam. And there's no way to get rid of that? Oh, gosh. He puts 1 here, so we don't overflow in the Savage Lands yet. The Kazar and his folks are still fighting off the T-Rexes, I guess. And 2 in here. Oh, and we're not overflowing yet. The enrollments. Oh, look, it's multiple man. Yeah, the enrollments are up at the Avengers Mansion. Alright, so let's see. Oh, I'm thinking that's the what's it called? The X Academy or whatever, the Professor X's school. Alright, so let's see. So we've I think we're done. I think he went 1 there, tried to bam, didn't bam anyone, and he put a bunch of stuff down, and oh, hold on. Was there 1? Oh yeah, there's 2. Yeah, cool, sweet. So that didn't quite overflow yet. So this one did overflow. So so not too bad a turn, I guess, in terms of getting smacked around, but we do have a negative effect straight up in that no matter what we do, even if we get to limbo, we're not going to be able to get any benefit from limbo. Alright, we're just going to have to count on not getting the benefit of these places, I guess. And any benefit we do get, we'll have to treat with respect. Okay, so we've done that. Let's take a look at Wasp. So she's got her 3 cards. We have to remember. Oops, sorry guys, I just bumped the camera there. Hopefully that didn't mess things up too much. What have I got here? I just drew this one, which is Shrink, I think. I don't think I had this one before, so I'll just hold that there for you. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, and it says you cannot take any damage until the beginning of your next turn. Oh, okay. I think we saw that one with Ant-Man, didn't we? That's the same one, yeah, okay. Makes sense, they've got those same little Pym particle things. Oh wow, now she's, yeah, okay, so she's got, it's wild as well. She's got lots of wilds here. Ah, boy. I sort of want to move so that Hulk has to use his, although he could move, couldn't he? Interesting. But it'd be good if he could use his ability here and just like clear these guys, but I mean we want to rescue them too, don't we? Alright, so she's got all those. Well, I guess I've just got to make a decision on what I want to do with her. Kang can't take any damage as long as he is in this or adjacent locations. So that's not good. Oh man, all of these locations are terrible. Alright. Boy oh boy. I think I'm going to focus on clearing some of these. As long as he's in play, whenever Kang enters play, does it well. Alright, well let's Well, since we've got this card, oh man, that'd be so good to use that at the end for like punching power against him, but let's use it. Let's, do we take one of each? I don't know. I feel like it'd be good just to sort of give us some room. Okay. Let's put 2 of these down. Let's really aim for the thugs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 6 thugs out. So if I tried to clear that, I'm sort of relying on thugs being dropped around the place, aren't I? But let's do it. Alright, so, sorry guys, there we go. So, I'm going to maybe try and focus on thugs and these threats as my main 2 things. So I'm going to try and save using my stars against the civilians for now, and maybe going to try and use Hulk to try and clear the civilians out with his cards there. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to use yeah, so I've done that. Then I'm going to use Ant-Man. And Ant-Man's just drawn a punch and a heroic. So now there's not a lot of punching I can do at the moment, is there, if I use that punch? So I could just use the star. Right. You can't take damage until the beginning of your next turn. I mean, that could be good. If I'm only going to get 1 action, I may as well like protect myself against any potential Kang nastiness. I could use this, but I don't know what I'd be punching. I could move once, twice with the things and do a single punch against one of these guys, I guess. But I don't think I want to use these two wilds, there's just a couple of movements. So I think I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to go shrink. It's only going to give one action to the next character, but at least it's wild, so it's a bit of choice. This is going to let me do a couple of heroics, so I can at least do one heroic here. So one of the heroics clears this threat. We'll put that down here. This says if I end my turn here and it hasn't been wiped out by Kang, he hasn't conquered it yet, you may swap the position of any two heroes of your choice in the storyline. Swap the position of any two hero cards of your choice in the storyline. Oh wow. That's a really good ability and I don't want it getting cleared. Okay. So that was one. That was one of these. So I've got two more wilds. Well, let's see. Maybe Ant-Man wants to head this way. And start working on this one. Yeah, on his way toward being able to beat up some thugs. So, as long as this threat is in play, whenever Kang enters play, he does so with full health. Yeah, that sounds like a bad one. So let's put, so we've moved one, and then let's put one more of these down on here. There we go. Okay. Then, it's 1, 2, and he did the movement 3. Yep. Rather than rescuing civilians. I feel like I could be rescuing civilians pretty successfully here. Oh well, we'll see how we go. Alright, and then Hulk is going to I think I thought I was going to be able to clear this location. I suppose I could damage Wasp. Okay, because, well, let's have a look at what Hulk can do. What I just drew there. Oh, got his third Hulk smash. Okay, so, because what I'd like to do is smash this location in priority because that's a really good ability. But, Discard all thingies there. I don't know. Just to stop it overflowing. Deal 1 damage to everything else there. But I'm not doing much else in my turn, am I? Boy. Alright, let's just go start working towards these red guys, because if I'm not in position to do anything to these red guys, it's all a bit much, isn't it? Alright, so why don't I do that? Okay, why don't I head, when I use the star, or the wild here as a thing just to clear that, just in case it might stop an overflow happening, and also, you know, work towards rescuing civilians, I guess, as if maybe if we get lucky with that. Then I'm going to move with that ability there. I'm thinking maybe what I should have done was stayed where I was with Ant-Man and did the swap thing, and then I would have been giving Hulk more actions, but oh well. And he's going to go over here and do Hulk smash at the Avengers Mansion, clearing these guys, not rescuing them, just to sort of clear out some space for us to maybe have some more thugs appear as well. Okay, I'm not sure if that was a great play, but strange scenarios call for strange strange maneuvers, or maybe that's just a COVID move. Alright, so Kang, let's see what Kang's going to do. Oh, he's going to disappear, I think. I saw some sort of weird card here. One that didn't look like he had a proper move. Alright, hopefully I'm holding that up long enough for you to see. Okay, Kang, if Time Master. Okay, so yeah, he's got some sort of weird movement. If Kang is in a location, pull him out of play. Okay, so I guess, yeah, and then if Kang is out of play, yeah, so I bet he's got a bunch of these in his deck. If he's out of play, put him back into play in the location with the most heroes. Oh, and then bam. So we pulled him out of play. Oh, and he doesn't do anything. Oh, okay. Oh, what happened? Kang is in a location, put him out of play. Kang is out of play, put him in play. What happens if I draw a card like this one, though? And Kang is in a location. Oh, okay, so, yeah, okay, cool. Because I'm like, what if I draw one of these? Then nothing happens, but the BAM, that's when he drops all the civilians around, the thugs around. Okay. Alright, which one can, okay, that one went there. Alright, sweet. Okay, so he, essentially, he's in the, he's in the quantum tunnel with us. Alright, we'll just put him there. Alright. Where was he? He was actually here, wasn't he? Let's say he slips into the time stream here, so he's like traveling around. Okay, so right, is that all he does? So if he's in a location, pull him out of play. Yep. Right. Okay. Well, I really should be rescuing civilians. I shouldn't be going for these thugs, because like everything around me is civilian, so I should be, I'd be smashing through this pretty quickly, and then I'd be sort of neck and neck, whereas if I'm just going for these at the moment, this will go and then he'll get to go every 2 turns, so that's not great. Alright, well, let's see. Wasp. Wings. You move yourself and any number of heroes. Too bad we're all split apart now, from your location to any other location. Wow, okay, so that's not great. None of these cards are oh jeez, look at this. It's just all singles, movements and wilds. Alright. Well, what do I need her to do? What has Hulk given her? He's given her a movement, so I suppose I should use one of these wilds. Maybe I'll use the shrink thing so he can't hit her. With the most heroes, I suppose, if I... interesting. Shrink, maybe? So she can move and she can do one random effect. That's lame. Alright, well, let's go here with Mr. Ant-Man, and let's put one heroic down on this card, very slowly working towards these things. This is not efficient at all. Alright, Ant-Man, what are you going to do? Oh, he's got his double wild. There you go. Okay. And again, this hand. Oh, alright, so she's giving him wild. So he can move, because I was going to say, man, it'd be good to be able to like... Oh, as long as this threat is in play, heroes ending their turn in a location with any bug take a damage. So if I go here and don't take them all out at once, I'm going to be taking a damage. I could just use the double wild. I could use this one. Do we just take a damage? Yeah, maybe. Alright. Oh, I don't like it. Okay. That's the other problem with this. Right. So, as long as this threat is in play, whenever Kang enters play, okay, so, yeah, let's put this card down. We'll do a star, so we'll use our heroic to get rid of that location. It's always not great when you do that and then you leave the location rather than actually getting the benefit of it, which I would have been able to draw draw until you have 3 cards in hand, so it lets you heal up. So maybe that's good. Maybe I can come back here or something and heal after I get beaten up by these guys. But Ant-Man duty call. So you've finished off the action here with this. Then you're going to use the Wasp's jetpack wing things, whatever they are. She's going to let you borrow them to fly over here. Use this as a movement, and then we're going to use that punch to take out one of the little thugs and start working on that. That's also cleared 2 threats for us. Okay, so now I take a damage. It's not great. Oof. Alright, let's get rid of this single star then. Okay. 1, 2, oops, sorry, draw a bunch of cards there. Last turn before he goes, and it's a single wild, I think is what I drew there. Now, do we do another Hulk smash everything? This is interesting. I've got a bit more of a turn I can have here, I think. Interesting. Right, deal. Right, okay. So maybe if we do a Hulk smash over here, so I can use my movement. I can, because I don't like these, as long as there is a threat in play. As long as this threat is in play, heroes take damage with, yeah. So maybe I can get rid of, yeah, okay. I think I want to start clearing these threats out. So I'm going to use one of those stars to start working on this threat. That's Ant-Man's star. So we've done the movement, we've done the star. I'm going to, would have been nice to punch somewhere else, like if there'd been like one guy to punch, but I guess I'll just punch, and then I'm going to use that ability, deal 1 damage to everything else, so he also punches this thug here, and then these guys get wiped out, but they don't go here, they go back in here, but at least it clears that location a bit. Okay, that was okay, but now Kang has seen what's going on from the time stream, and is he going to respond or is he going to drop civilians? Let's find out. So, what's he going to do? He is going to... Ooh, okay. So, the only thing we use... We don't use the movement. We don't use this dropping of cards down here. Although that would have been a lot of thugs for us to take care of. But we still get a few thugs here, so we get... Because what's going to happen now is if he's not in play when he bams, because he still bams, if Kang is out of play, add a thug to every location. So we get 1 here, and unfortunately, this location gets a crisis. And that's the only one. Oh, that's good. Okay, so we had 1 here. Let's put these thugs over here. So one here. I guess we get another, I guess if one or more can't be able to add a crisis token at the location. Locations with a crisis token lose their end of turn effect. I guess that stays the same because that should overflow, but nothing. I guess that's a good thing in that there's a point at which the overflows don't hurt us that much, I guess. I'm not really thinking through the rules that much, so maybe it does. Alright, so 1, 2, this guy's facing the wrong way. 1, 2, 3. I think we've put them all out there. Okay, well at least now wherever we go we can start working on thugs. We're getting a bit closer towards being able to make that reality. And if you haven't seen a few of my videos before, these little tokens here, these are replacements from minis from Mars, an Etsy store. I don't know if you can see that. These are the thugs, and then they all come in different different poses and stuff. Oh, I put him back in there. There was like a little multiple man one and stuff as well. Let's see. But yeah, they're very, very cool. So if you like them, check out that Etsy store. The guy Dan who runs it is yeah, top bloke. So definitely worth supporting him. And then Kang just sort of stays floating in the time stream. Okay, so I think that's everything. Added to every location. Yeah, and we did the overflows. Okay, so we've lost this ability. We cannot use that to heal anymore. Oh well. Good luck with your plan, Ant-Man. Okay, so you're just going to have to take out some civilians there. I mean, some thugs, I should say. Don't take out the civilians. Don't listen to Hulk. Alright, so what's Wasp going to do? Good thing I played those shrink powers, Ant-Man and Wasp. You really use those at a good time. Didn't get any benefit from them whatsoever. Alright, so Wasp I think just drew a double wild. Not double wild, double whatever that's called. Double stars, double heroic. So what is she going to do? Where is she? What are we needing to do here? She's got a movement. Oh god, alright, but if she ends there, she's taking hits. If we do a double star, that's a bit useless for Ant-Man, isn't it? Let me think, what could she do? I mean, we could shift tack and start trying to rescue civilians, but I don't think that's a good idea. I think we should be doing other stuff. Alright. Definitely want to if we can get through these as quick as we can. Man, imagine what I almost want to do is use this to move myself to any location. But it's just a waste because it's like 2 movements and not doing anything else, but fly myself over to here where this is almost done, and then next turn use the double stars, but no. Alright, so let's do these double stars. Is this a waste? Move, yeah, okay. Well, let's get them. Move here, put 2 stars down. Just thinking if I just use that single wild, is that giving Ant-Man a better chance to do what he needs to do? What has Ant-Man got? He's got those 2. So if I did two wilds, if I just sort of moved here and did one of those. No, we need to do this. Alright, we need to get rid of this bloody thing. Okay. Yep. So, and then she's going to take a hit. Well, let's get rid of the single movement since the super movement is the same thing but better. Now I believe it is Ant-Man's turn. Yep, what's he got? Oh, he's got a move and a star. But I think this calls for... What's he going to be doing? I think he wants to be doing a bit of punching there. So I think we're going to do this. Yeah, let's put this down. Oh, interesting. Okay. So he is going to use one of those stars to remove this. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. Uh-oh. You must take the damage. Oh, no. Uh-oh. So, well, we've cleared that. Okay. Can't take it back now, I guess. We've cleared that with one of the stars. And if I end my turn here, I was going to like try and punch a bunch of those guys out, but if I end my turn here, I've got to take a damage for each thug in this location. Oh my god. Alright, I really want this place to overflow now because I want it to lose its end of turn effect. Alright. Oh god, okay. In addition to this happening, because we haven't cleared both of these, so this is still in play. I thought, oh yeah, we'll get rid of that and then I won't have to worry about these thugs, but no, this one's still in play. Alright, so we've done one. Oh man, I really wanted to deal with that. Alright, so I guess let's go over here. And yeah, let's use our movement, because we can't heal over here. So we've done one star. We can do another star to either rescue one guy here, just to clear that off. Is that worth it? Don't know if it's that worth it. I mean, we want to make some room for some thugs, right, I guess, but I probably want to use the star on as many, because all of these are nasty. I was thinking, yeah, because normally you only clear 4 of these threats, so you got to think, like, which 4 are the ones I want to get rid of. Because if you're clearing any more threats, you're not really progressing the rest of the mission, but sometimes they're just so nasty, maybe it's worth just clearing them all, using all our star power for that. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll just use that spare star for that. And then the last, I've done one movement with the wild, 1 star removing that one, and then maybe punch this guy. Oh, no, you know what? Oh yeah, I will. I'll punch this guy, because if I end my turn here, this is going to cause me to take a damage. I was thinking, oh, get rid of one here to make this effect less scary, but I don't know, maybe Hulk or someone can step in there and take out a bunch at once. So we'll rescue 1 thug. Since we're only rescuing 1, I guess it doesn't matter where we rescue it from. 1, 2. Okay, so now we've given Hulk, again, we've given Hulk a fairly good turn, hopefully, here. Depending on what he can do here. Oh man, can he get across to here? This would be amazing. He could just like take out 3 guys. That would be cool. And I think he can. Oh, I've got to draw a card. Oh, he's got a double punch. Oh, there we go. But, see, this is deal 1 damage to everything in this location, so that's not great against Kang. This is better against Kang, the double punch. But this Hulk smash, we could come over here and clear these guys out, do a big hit on this. So deal 1 damage to everything else in this location. So let's work out what we're going to do. Okay, so we know we're going to get movement. So we know we're going to get at least 1 more movement, and then we're going to be able to blast all these guys. So essentially what we've got is we've got 1 wild left. Now that wild I could use to rescue one of these, or punch this guy out, or work on this or this. I think I'd rather work on this one. And considering that Wasp is over here and she's coming next, she's less likely to be able to work on this one. So let's get this one set up ready to take down when we can. Okay. Yep. Then let's go. Yeah, so we've done the wild, then his movement, then the wild movement, and then let's Hulk smash all of these three, and then we don't have to worry about ending in a turn and ending in a location with the thug. You must take 1 damage for each. Nope, and don't have to worry about that. So there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Good work, Hulk. All right. Okay, these puny ant people, they can't get the job done. It's up to Hulk. All right, so at least Hulk's given Wasp a bit of movement there too, so maybe she can get over here and work on this. That would be good. All right, Kang, what are you gonna do, buddy? He's time mastering, so I think he sort of pops back into play, doesn't he? If Kang is in a location, put him out of play. If he's out of play, put him in a location with the most heroes. Then, oh no, he's gonna bam all of us. Because he comes flying out, he's like, how dare you sit in my throne in Latveria? And I think Dr. Doom says something about that, but then put him out of play, and then bam. Okay, so put him in play with the location with the most heroes. So unfortunately, what that means is he's going to do 2 damage. Yeah, he's going to KO Wasp. Well, she had kind of crappy cards anyway, so you know what? Good. Thanks. Alright, so he KOs Wasp. He does 2 damage to Hulk. Alright, so we'll get rid of those. Then he does 1 damage to Ant-Man. Oh, jeez. Yikes. Okay. Oh, man. And because he did a KO, that triggers when a hero is KO'd. Kang doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, he plays another. No! Oh no! Oh no! This is really bad. When I was explaining the rules, I didn't explain them properly. Does he do anything else on this part though? And bam. All right. So he's bammed. So he's doing all that damage. Okay. But here's the problem, folks, is he's about to... Normally when he does these ones, he plays another card, or the villain plays another card. I shouldn't say normally, I don't really know if the majority of characters do, but most of the ones I've played with where they race through the deck like this and they play more cards out if they bam you, or KO you, is they play them face down. So they're not doing any extra, but, oh man, now he's actually playing this card. Oh, gross. Alright. Oh man, he's jumping out. He's like, see ya. Alright, Kang is in a location for it. So he just comes in, goes, taps him on the shoulder and says, boo, and then they both fall out of the chair, and then he disappears. Alright, so out he goes. Oh, alright. Wow. What a jerk. Okay. Oh man, I can already see he's going to be hard to track down. How many has he played? How many of these do we think he's got? Do we think he's got 6 and 6? So he's already played 3 of them. How many of these is he going to have up his sleeve when we're trying to track him down to beat him up? Oh man. Okay. Alright, alright. This is not looking good. Although, where are we? We've got to get around here to get rid of these guys. And we've got to get over here to clear that. And we do it. Wasp is up next. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he squashes her flat, but she at the last second she jettisoned her pin particles and flew off into the quantum tunnel. I don't know if that's how it works, but she did something and she escaped into the quantum realm to avoid getting flattened. But she had to jettison all her good equipment and stuff. So, oh look at this though. She's set herself up for punching a bunch of people in this next phase of the game. So, wow, you can move to any location and punch there. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe that's what we need for her to get herself over there. But that might be better off when we're trying to get Kang. I reckon we've got enough movement to do what we want to do without it. So let's use a move and a punch. Right. Yeah, okay, what have we got? We've got 2 moves and a punch with her, essentially. So we could go 1, 2, punch here. Oh, and look, this location is still in play, so we could use this thing, whatever this is. Alright, so let's do that. Because I'm hoping Ant-Man's going to be able to get over here and finish this off. So she can't really do heaps, but at least she can move this towards its thingy. Excuse me. And what does this say? You may swap the position of any 2 hero cards of your choice in the storyline. Should we do that then, so we can do whatever we want with the next character? That sounds like a good thing. Does that make sense? You may swap the position of any 2 hero cards of your choice in the storyline. So Ant-Man is feeling a bit squashed. He's only got a couple of options here, so that's actually good that we were able to do that, because that's giving us some cool stuff, I guess. Double stars. Where are we? Double stars. We could get rid of that one. Let's have a look. So we've got double stars and a move and a star. So if we get double stars, we could double star here and still be able to move and star. Oh wow, we could do like... Is that right? Is that right? I've got a really bad... this... Yeah, yuck. Alright, so... Okay. Because what we could do... It just feels like a waste not to work on these now with all these stars that I've got. Problem is, what I'd like to do is set it up so that I could do like 1 punch on this guy and then be like 1 star away. Maybe I could still probably do that with Hulk, right? Give ourselves 1 more turn before what's his name goes. Just feels like a waste with all these stars here. Maybe I give myself a movement and a star. No, I want to save the movement and star in case I need the movement just to help people get to Hulk. So we'll still use the double star, I think. And then it'll help Hulk maybe. He's going to need movement though, doesn't he? Oh, Hulk's not going to be able to do much at all if Hulk doesn't... doesn't get some movement from someone. Let's have a think about this. Although Hulk having movement... What is Hulk going to do? So I'm just thinking, what we could do if we did this, we could go double stars, move with the wild, and then star that, and then have both those locations gone. So then, oh no, I totally forgot about this one. As long as this threat is in play, whenever Kang enters play, he does so with full health. No, we're not even going to be able to start taking him down. Oh my god, I don't like it. As long as this threat is in play, heroes and... Oh man. They're all terrible. Okay. Okay. we need to rethink what I was going to do here. Kang can't take any damage as long as he is in this or adjacent location. So this whole half of the board. Oh my god. Yuck. Okay, I need a lot of stars here. Okay, so yikes. So do I have enough time to do this? Man. Alright, let's clear these out. Let's do this. Because we're gonna have to work on that. I don't even know if I've got enough stars to do all this. So that's 2 stars to do that, 2 movement to get here. So, sorry, 1 movement to get here, and then the last one to do the star there. Alright. Oh, this could be terrible, terrible moves. Okay. Kang, I don't like it. Okay, he is... So the good news is we've... Oh no, because the Hulk is all the way over there too. Is that what we want to do? I don't know if that's what we want to do, because Hulk is all the way over here. I'm not going to be able to do anything to Kang. I mean, we are, but like if he jumps away, then he comes back with full health. I guess it is what it is, right? But what's Hulk going to do with 2 stars sitting all the way over there? I don't know if we want to do that. Maybe we've got to rethink that. Alright, let's have a rethink. Before I read what these do, and that lets me colour my thingy. He had 2 on there, didn't he? 2. My goodness. No, I think it was this one. That was along with the 2. Yikes. I think I've got to stop. Alright, well, let's give Hulk some movement. Let's do something else instead. So let's make... Oh man, that's a bad one. Can we get over here to start working on this? 1, 2. So 1, 2, plus a star, plus another star. There we go. Let's have it. Okay, does that work? So I was over here. I've got these 2 here. So a wild and a movement. 1, 2. And then popping the last wild and the star on there. Oh, the only problem with that is I take a damage if I do that, and I've only got 1 health. So what I do instead is use the wild to punch this guy. Yeah, there we go. So we're still now 1 away on each of these from clearing the threat. It gives Hulk a turn, giving him some movement to get around to these locations. And it also lets him have a turn before Kang gets another turn. I think this makes sense. Alright, let's see what we've got. Oh, yeah, see, look, he would have been stuck with 2 double punches. Even so, the double punches at the moment are a bit of a waste, aren't they? Oof. So we definitely want to get over here. Which we can't do. Oh no, the double punches are all... we can't get anywhere. Yeah, that's not good. And I can't actually get anywhere to make that star count as anything. that is a completely wasted turn with 2 double punches. That's garbage. I guess the double punches help Wasp, but she's over here, not near anything that she can punch either. Oh, yuck. Alright, so where can he move? Can't take advantage of that, can't take advantage of that. I guess the only thing is to move here, use the star to make this one closer to doing that, and then I guess at least what's his name isn't hurting me. Yeah, because I didn't land on a location with the thingy, but that's such a shame. Oh, yikes, 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 yikes. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be worried so much about getting bammed by these civilians or these thugs or whatever, because if what's his name turns up, we're goners anyway. So now, speaking of Mr. what's his name? Oh, yep, here he goes. He's going to land. Now we can. It's the same rules, isn't it? Yep. The most heroes. So they're all spread out. So I guess in this case we can choose. And if I were to land here, that affects only Hulk. If I were to land here, that affects Ant-Man as well. If I were to land here, that affects Wasp as well. So I guess Hulk, you're going to have to take the hit. So if Kang is out of play, put him into play. Then bam. Say bam's Hulk. The bad news is then he gets another turn. So Hulk, your double punch, as good as it was, is now under your deck, and man, this is not looking good. Alright, he plays again. Oh man, he's going to do another Time Master. How many of these has he done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So he might have one more. So he disappears, doesn't he? Okay, so he's really taken a shining to Hulk there and really wants to hang out with him. Alright, so next. Okay. Hopefully I'm getting a lot. I hope you guys have, for your sake, I haven't made any massive rules errors or anything like that, and you guys are like, oh, your game is invalid since like 5 turns ago. Hopefully this is all making sense. So, we just had Hulk, didn't we? So it is Wasp's turn. She gets to draw a card. So move, punch in any location there. Man, she almost needs to just... Oh, she's got a triple punch. So we don't want to use that now. Oh man, all these punches. She almost has to use it to try and... But it's such a waste. Move and punch. Whoopsie, we've got the attack of the giant time cat. We'll have to... Hopefully he will just stay there. Alright. Oh, don't sit on the game. Alright, so... No, don't walk on the game. Over you go. Okay. Oh, he's going back and forth. Okay, Kang has sent his, instead of a T-Rex, to a giant cat. Oopsie daisy. Alright, so... where are we putting these? Oh, you gotta keep them there. Alright, so... Oh, sorry, these are supposed to put these back on, wasn't I? Yep, oopsie daisy. That's all Diego was coming to tell me, was, hey, you haven't put those threat markers back on. So I think I've just got to make a choice here, because either way I can't do anything to progress the game state at all with Wasp if I use the movements, because she can't get to this thug. That's the only thug that I can use to progress that, and she doesn't have any access to stars thanks to Hulk and her entire hand of punches. So as much as I'd love to have this energy projection to be able to get straight to Kang there, And as much as it's like wasting all these punches, I think I have to. So I'm going to use this to fly straight here and waste my 1, 2, 3, 4 punches. Oh, it feels so bad to get rid of that. So now I don't have to worry about that affecting me this turn. Oops, sorry, that guy should have been here. That now triggers Kang being under pressure, so he's going to go every 2 turns, every 2 hero turns, but I still have Ant-Man to go. So hopefully Ant-Man can clear this, or this, this turn. And then be able to, then we can start working on Kang, who is off the board currently. Fantastic. So there are no thugs to take care of, so we're just going to go with Ant-Man. Sorry, with the double star thing. The punch is a bit wasted, but we've got no movement, so all we can do is get rid of this one. But at least when he comes back into play now, maybe I shouldn't have worried about this one so much, because he only has like 1 time he can do that. But if he does, oh man, you know what? I think I should have. Yeah, man, I've set myself back like 5 turns or whatever by resetting that turn. Because now with the way this, I didn't know this was going to happen, but the way this has come out, he can only come back 1 more time. So that's if he's got 6 cards. And if he comes back 1 more time, then that's it, he can't escape anymore, and I can do all the damage to him. So I didn't need to worry about hanging around getting rid of that. I would have been better off taking care of this one, and now this one is still in play. Ugh. Alright, well, here's what it is. That's some COVID brain moves I'm making there. So Ant-Man's done that. He's set up the next character with 2 stars, which is fantastic, considering that now we're going to be wanting to beat up Kang, but I guess they can use their stars to work on these thingies. Speaking of which, it is now Kang's turn. Let's see, Kang. Alright, what's he going to do? He is going to just drop a bunch of thugs everywhere. Wow, am I going to spend like the next bunch of turns? Yeah, I am too, because there's all these thugs. I've already done that mission. Oh no, and they're just going to cause me to... Yep, this is going to be bad. Overflow, yeah, that's fine. That one's already lost its effect, but yeah, he's going to stay off the bloody board, isn't he? And then I'm going to have all these turns with all these punches in my hands, and he's not going to show up. Okay, so that's not cool. Kang, you're a jerk. Yeah, because more than likely he's not going to show up. If there's only one... Okay. Okay. Right. Did I clear this though? I did, yeah, I cleared it. Okay, so I should be taking that off. That should go there. He's now vulnerable, but he's just not on the board. So, oh, at the end of my turn I can draw until I have 3 cards in hand. Oh, well that's cool. 1... 2. Yep, cool. So I should have done that at the end of Ant-Man's turn. Alright. Excuse me. I just need to... Whoops, sorry. I just need to pause for a second. Okay, sorry. Back again, although I might have a visitor at the door soon, so I might have to cut play again at some point very soon, but we'll see how we go. Let's see. Where was I up to? I think I just finished Ant-Man's turn. Well, sorry, I'd finished Kang's turn where he just dropped a bunch of civilians, and Ant-Man, I realised I should have drawn up his card, shouldn't I? But we're now going on to Hulk's turn. So Hulk has to draw his hand of 4. So he's got a bunch of stuff here. Man, okay, so... So he stands up. And he can... Man, we really want to get rid of both of those, don't we? So he's got 2 stars. So if I give him just a single movement... Because if I give someone double punches, they're not going to be able to do anything. I mean, they could punch out thugs or whatever, but big deal. If I give him a single movement, that gives the next player movement, which I guess is not that great, but what it does let him do is it lets him not have to spend his big double wild or his... sorry, I didn't show you his hand. He had double wild, double punch, a single star, and a single movement. If I let him use that movement, he can use this Ant-Man's brilliant big brain move of putting double stars down to take both of these out at once, thereby negating that bloody thing where we're taking damage every turn, but also making... He essentially now is vulnerable everywhere on the board. Otherwise, these 3 locations, we wouldn't have been able to take him out if we left that hideout in place. So I think that works. So it's taken us a long time. Look at all the way over to here before we're getting ourselves in position to take him out. But yeah, hopefully you may discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. So it's essentially like taking a wound to gain a punch or a movement token. Oh, is that worth it? No, because if you he's going to appear, and we want him to appear... No, I don't think so, because we want to be at full strength, because wherever he appears, he's going to hit us for 2. So we want to have some cards left to be able to deal with that. Alright, so... I don't think it's worth it. I don't want to discard myself. I don't want to get KO'd and then him have 2 turns, because he's only got a few cards left, so... Let's do that. Yep, so we did that. And so we moved, we did double stars, cleared those off. Now, whose turn is it? Wasp's turn. Wasp has 3, she needs to draw 1. Okay, what can she do? She can move and punch. I think I'm going to give a move and punch. Simply because if the next person is Ant-Man, after Kang goes, Kang's going to land here if he does, because he's going to land in the most viable spot, like the biggest spot of heroes, and then we would want Ant-Man to be able to move to get to him. So that's my plan. Alright, so... But... with this movement I could use it to move. No, I'm going to stay where I am. Alright, so Wasp is going to stay where she is. She's going to waste that movement. She's got double movement though. Oh, man. I guess if it's double movement, I could go 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, hold on. 1... No, I can't do... If I've got double movement, I can do 1, 2, 3. That's definite COVID brand. 1, 2. Oh, and then I could give someone double wilds. Let's do that. Double wilds. Let's put a double wild here. Yeah. Haha. And with her punch, she's going to punch the thug in this location, just to sort of make it less likely to overflow. Yeah, if that makes sense? Alright, so she put the 2, she put the move and the punch, so that let her go 1, 2, and then punch. I think I'm not cheating. And then at the end of her turn, she swapped, you may swap the position of any 2 hero cards of your choice in the storyline. So I swapped one she just played for a double wild, giving the next person a double wild turn. Now the only problem is if he doesn't appear, then we're stuck, because then we're stuck. I mean, if this is the last card, then that's garbage. Okay, because we're going to be sitting around waiting for him to come back. We'll see how we go. All right, please be a Time Master card. All right, what is it? What is it? Oh. Okay. Okay. So what you're telling me is we have a chance. Okay. So this is not guaranteeing anything, but it gives us a chance at least, because essentially now what's going to happen is I have to think about where we're going to, because they're all, the other reason I wanted to move Wasp is we could spread them out, and now we can choose where he comes down, right? So Kang is going to go wherever, but I guess, okay, so who's coming up next? It's going to be Ant-Man. So, and it's going to be Hulk. Alright, so Hulk. No, it's not going to be Ant-Man. Oh no, sorry, yeah, sorry. This was, oh no, this is going to mess me up with my turn order. Oh, I hope when I did that swap thing over there, I didn't mess up the turn order after that. Oh, I really hope I didn't break the game by doing that. Sorry guys if I've done that, but anyway, it was Wasp's turn. So now it's going to be Ant-Man's turn here. So, Hulk's got a bunch of stuff he can use there, so I think we're more likely to do some cool stuff with Hulk. So we want him to land, basically we want him to land on someone who can do something to him this turn with their hand of cards. Like they were going to basically take 2 damage. I wonder if I should do it on Wasp since she's just gone, but then Hulk's too far away to get to, he doesn't have enough move, he'd be spending all this time moving. So I reckon either put it on Hulk or Ant-Man. Ant-Man has, he's going to get 2 wilds. Let's see, Ant-Man's got this grow thing where he can sort of move and then do 3 punches. So I think what we want to do is in his turn we want Ant-Man to move to where Kang is. So I think what we want to do is have, so if Kang's going to go now, he comes in here and bams Hulk, takes out these 2 cards, the double punches, both, whoopsie daisy, that's the way I'm supposed to do it, both double punches from the Hulk have been put back into his deck, but at least he's got his double wilds, which is good. So Hulk, and it makes sense because Kang's been picking on the Hulk the whole time, so he's not aware of Ant-Man and the Wasp anymore. He thinks he's already squashed them. So there we go, Kang. So he's done that. He's come in. So Kang, if he's out of location, put him into play. We put him into play. He bammed, and oh, you know what though? He does do damage to Ant-Man, doesn't he? Because he's in an adjacent location. So we'll just get rid of this single movement. Okay. But that is going to then let Ant-Man have his turn. Ant-Man is going to, what do you know, he's going to use Grow, become Giant Man. So he's going to move. He's going to do 3 punches to Kang. I think we got him. We might have him. Alright. 3 punches to Kang with the Grow power, wherever it is. I don't know if I showed that properly, so I probably should have shown that. So he's got his Grow. Then, and I don't know if I read this. Did I read this one to you guys? I picked this one up. Says, swap this card with any of your face-up cards in the storyline. That card becomes the one you played this turn. Man, well, if Kang is still around, I'd like to use this Ant-Man thing, this grow power again. Become Giant Man. Alright, so done the 3 damage to him. Then, with the 2 wilds here, we're going to do another 2 damage to him. And I think that's enough because... Haha! Yes! Hulk gets a turn, because he wasn't quite KO'd. You can't KO me that easily. Oh, I shouldn't have put him down like that, should I? Because he didn't actually get KO'd, he just got hit. Hulk is... What's he got? Oh yeah, sorry, he already had the two double wilds, didn't he? So he's got enough to... Because he only got the 2 hits, he's only got the two more damage, so I think we can take him. Let's do it. Because we've got a move, when Ant-Man's only getting him a move. And yeah, we'll see how we go. Alright, so double punch. There we go. So 2 punches. Hulk smash. There we go. That's what you get for repeatedly KOing the Hulk. And then he's going to... And I guess technically Ant-Man could have given himself a punch token or a movement token for taking it. Oh, actually no, he would have KO'd himself, so that, we wouldn't have wanted to do that. So, but yeah, so there you go. And the Hulk also gets rid of but he doesn't have the punching power to do it, but he's also going to stomp on that thug as well. So, well, there you go. That's the last T-Rex taken care of, thrown off into the distance. Well, that was Kang. Thank you very much, guys, for voting on that. And not just the people that voted on Kang. Thank you for... I think we had Namor and Ronan also in the poll. But thank you for voting on Kang, because he was a lot of fun to play. I really enjoyed that. It was really... I thought I was a goner, to be honest. I thought I'd really made a lot of really bad plays through that. And I think, I mean, to be honest, look at that. We had... That was like a 25% chance, is it? Because it was the 4th card that that we got that. Because if we didn't get that, we would have had all those great cards and wouldn't have been able to do anything. We had to wait for him to come around again, just dropping more thugs and stuff. And yeah, so that was quite good. This well, interesting. I don't know if I cheated anywhere, so you guys will have to let me know if I made any glaring rules errors. I hope I didn't make like a mistake with when I did that time swap thing again over here. I hope that didn't mess up my order of play. I hope I was remembering who was going next, sort of thing. Because that would have made a difference. But the other thing is definitely this location, this quantum tunnel. I was like, yeah, but this was really useful, and then I realized, oh, this is that one I was talking about you're not really supposed to use in the regular game. So I wonder if that's particularly powerful because the game is so hard in the what's it called, the I'm having a mind blank now, it's COVID brain, Infinity Gauntlet campaign. So yeah, interesting. But yeah, that definitely helped us. I think we sort of got the right combos we needed due to the fact that we're able to draw back and use these baby mode cards a few extra times. So that was particularly helpful. This was really awesome as well, having Ant-Man's grow power. I'm glad we sort of were able to sort of like do the big heroic move there, the tag team of Giant Man and Hulk come in and take down Kang there. That was really good. So yeah, well, yeah, hope that was a really good showcase of just how much fun there is still in the original game. This is actually, yeah, because this is all Season 1, I mean, apart from some of the locations, but I think the characters are all Season 1. Kang is Season 1, isn't he? Even the Infinity Gauntlet stuff is Season 1. There's just a few, I think, like Latveria, Limbo, Savage Land are probably those 3 locations. I think Season 2 X-Men applications. But yes, just so much game in this system. Like, there's so much fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I might sort of pack up this area, because I've got I think I might have some people arriving soon, but I might keep the video going. Is essentially I'll cut away and then cut back to my thoughts on multiverse and that sort of thing. But I'll see you on the other side. But yeah, thanks guys. Alright, so there you go. Thanks guys. Yeah, back again. Yeah, like I said before, I keep saying it, I guess, at the end of my videos, but I hope you guys really enjoyed that. That's sort of what I'm doing these for. But yeah, that was yeah, big clash. That was good fun, and I'm hoping that there was one of the other things. I'm hoping that when we're playing that each of the times that Kang landed and did some damage to us, that I was remembering to do that splash damage of 1 damage around him, sort of thing. So I think we caught all of those instances, but again, apologies if I sort of made any mistakes there or anything like that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. But I did want to sort of mention, just because there's been a lot happening in the world of Marvel United, and you know, just recently we're on school holidays here in Oz, and it's a little family holiday and that sort of thing as well, and then went down with COVID. So all this stuff has been happening with Marvel United Multiverse, and the announcement of that, and Season 3 and all that sort of stuff. And so I just wanted to share some of my thoughts, I guess, about that. I don't really have like a wish list or you know, anything like that going, because I sort of want to see where it's going, you know, just sort of enjoy it for what it is and not have my hopes set on anything in particular. And I guess a lot of what I already wanted was in season 2, I guess, you know, the X-Men. Like, that's probably my biggest, you know, love of the comics and stuff from back in the day, was the X-Men stuff. So being able to sort of jump on board at that time and get into those, and sort of pick up that. I was really lucky to get in with that second campaign to sort of get the first season worth of stuff as well, and basically get it all at once, because I do like all that Avenger stuff as well. So yeah, it's just really cool to sort of get all that sort of stuff. But I don't have a lot of big you know, wish list items and things that I would like, because I've already got it, you know, essentially got all the major characters that I'm aware of. So anything that comes out now, you know, looking at all the announcements, all these, you know, there's obviously the stuff that's sort of come up, you know, through the MCU and some of those bigger sort of names, so like your Ironhearts and your variants in that form, where they're sort of people sort of taking on a mantle or a similar role, like yeah, so, you know, Ironheart for Iron Man and that sort of thing. So those characters, yeah, sure, they're great, but you know, they're not in my sort of favourite. You know, I didn't follow the comics enough to sort of know that they all sort of existed, or this or that and that sort of stuff. So yeah, you know, I don't have a big wish list for that. Plus, I just want to sort of see, yeah, like what you know, what comes up, and not worry about it too much, sort of thing. So yeah, I'm trying to think, you know, if there were there's certainly some characters I was like, oh, you know, as I'm playing, you know, as you go through your henchmen, sometimes you come across, like, you know, for example, Lizard, you know, who we do have now in fan variant, which if you've seen on the channel, I really like that model, and I really like that that variant that I think it was Rick Nichols made that one. Fantastic variant, but that's the sort of thing, you know, prior to that I was like, oh, you know, that'd be a cool character to have in it, sort of thing. I wish they'd sort of put that guy in. So I can see them maybe sort of bringing some of those missing classic characters like Shocker or Scorpion or Lizard, that sort of thing. So those are some of the ones that maybe in the past I've been looking forward to. So if I had a wish list, you know, maybe some of those characters. But again, you know, there's so much good fan stuff that has already been made that, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could say that there's, you know, definitely, you know, oh, if we don't get this, you know, I'm not backing it or whatever. So, yeah, I think, some ones that I sort of expect to see would be maybe like, you know, MCU stuff, right? So I dare say they're probably going to have some sort of Eternals tie-in. Maybe it's not really it's a little bit MCU now that they sort of brought Black Bolt into it, but you know, that sort of ill-fated Inhumans TV show, but Inhumans themselves are a big part, I think, from the comics. Again, they're not one that I was ever really aware of, but I am now aware that they were or they are a thing. So I can see sort of Inhumans maybe being sort of like a set, or Eternals. I guess the big announcement's the thing that a lot of people were waiting for, that Galactus. That's awesome. Really cool to see Galactus with that big mini big mini. I don't know compared to the Marvel United one, but not Marvel United, Marvel zombie gigantic thing. So that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, another similar sort of what do you call that? The Sinister Six. You know, those big set piece battles that sort of give you some sort of big impressive board in the center, like the Sentinels battle has that big sort of board in the center that sort of gives you all the rules for the Sentinels and they go around. Or you've got the the Sinister Six one, and now it looks like you've got this Galactus one. So that's going to be quite cool. I like how you have the different parts of the planet. So that's pretty cool as well. So and he sort of just turns and faces them. It reminds me of that the Rising series, like Thanos Rising and Airbender Rising, whatever it is, Fire Nation Rising. All the different Rising games where you have that big sort of model in the center, and it's sort of targeting the different cards or the different locations and stuff. So yeah, it looks kind of cool. And yeah, so that looked pretty cool. I'm surprised as well about that straight to release or straight to retail release product that's going to replace, I guess, the first wave shipping. So instead of sending out that first multiverse core set as the first wave stuff, they're going to forget about all of that, and everything's just going to be one big late sort of one wave, you know, when everything releases. But in the meantime, they're going to release that Spider-Geddon package, and that has a lot of, again, for me, you know, I didn't even know there was such a thing as a Spider-Verse, you know, until fairly recently, sort of thing. So, you know, I was aware of Spider-Man wearing the black suit when he sort of had the Venom suit for a while. I was aware of him of Miles Morales and a Gwen Stacy sort of version, and then that was about it. But everything, you know, I just thought, okay, Spider-Man. But yeah, if you're into Spider-Man, you really know that there's like 1,000 million different Spider-Men, so, and women. So yeah, lots of cool characters in that though. You know, like the punk Spidey and that Penny Parker with the robot thing. I was hoping that they'd put her in a, you know, I'm still sort of hopeful for like a big Hulkbuster as well, even though that's the other thing. I had just bought a bunch of Etsy stuff, really cool models from a shop name, I think Marvelous Custom Print. I think a guy named M House is the name of the, on the store is the name of like the owner of the store or whatever, and he does it like, he's very prolific in his models, has a lot of different models there. So I dare say, even with this multiverse thing, I think there's going to be, you know, a lot of people still going, oh, I wish this character was in it, and if that's the case, check out Marvelous Custom Print, because he's got a lot of models on there. So yeah, but I just done a big order from him and had a whole bunch of, like, you know, I've got Mandarin and Havoc, you know, who I've been rabbiting on about for ages. I wanted the X Factor Havoc, so I finally got him. I'm sort of trying to sculpt up the base, like just finish like the green stuff around the base and stuff, and get him ready for priming so I can paint him. But yeah, all these different models sort of thing. And now I'm like, yeah, that's like, you know, like Lizard. I'm like, oh, I've got this really cool painted Lizard, but I bet they're going to come up with a new Lizard and stuff. So. But we'll see. So yeah, so I've actually got two different Hulkbusters now. I ordered a Hulkbuster from him and from another Etsy store as well. But I bet there's going to be an official Hulkbuster suit. But that'd be cool, right? You know, so you can have Hulkbuster maybe take on Maestro or something like that. So yeah, so, I guess some other characters I expect to see would be like the Collector and Grandmaster. I don't know, it'd be kind of funny to see Grandmaster in his like Jeff Goldblum sort of guise sort of thing as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, lots of really cool models that could be out there, but I don't really know what, you know, I don't really have any, you know, favourite things that I'm really yearning to see or anything like that. But I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say, you know, like what are you really hoping for? I know some of you have been sort of messaging and letting me know. I think Andrew Fantasia, I think check his YouTube channel out. He said he's, I don't know if he's put it up yet, but he said he'd filmed some thoughts on it and that sort of thing. So he's one of our viewers, or my viewers, one of my handful of viewers. But yeah, he's got some thoughts out there as well. So definitely check him out. And sorry, Andrew, I haven't actually gone onto your YouTube channel to check if you've posted those videos yet. But he messaged me, get well, basically, when I sent the message out saying, oh, sorry guys, I got COVID and stuff. So, but he mentioned that he'd put up some thoughts and stuff like that as well. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I wish I had more sort of things out there for you to, or things, or ideas about what this new sort of version can bring. But I think probably the biggest thing for me that I wanted to sort of mention, but besides going through some of the wish list of characters and stuff like that, biggest thing for me is that I'm really excited about like the gameplay and for a game that just it offers so much. Like there's so many characters, so many villains, and the villains add so much and change up so much. Like I'm really excited to see all those new villains and all the new different scenarios you can play through and that sort of thing. And so I'm really excited about like the changes to gameplay. And even though I tend not to muck around with too much of the changes to gameplay in terms of like I'll play all the different villains and that sort of stuff, but I haven't really delved into too many of the different, like the player versus player modes or the team versus team modes. I haven't really gone into like the secret players or any of that sort of stuff. I'll chuck in, as you've seen, like Sentinels, the Sentinel challenge here or there, and the Chaos random deck here or there sometimes and stuff. Like that's fun. But even though I don't muck around with it as much, like I'm still really happy that there's so much. Like one of the things I love about the game is that like I know that so many people can get into it and enjoy it because like there's so much for you. If you're more of a competitive person, you want to play against each other, there's those modes and that sort of thing, and it all seems like it works pretty well. So speaking of which, I know I used to play the shield mode a fair bit, especially back when I was first starting the videos on the channel, but I've definitely come around to for me at least, and it seems like most people, it's just a lot easier and just seems to run better just playing the regular game, like it's multi-handed sort of thing, if you want to play solo. Interested to see this new shield mode. I still think if you're only moving the one character around, like even though they've got that other deck and with they've got the battle plan cards or whatever they've called, and you can sort of like almost like deck build. It looks like this sort of gives you that, if you're into that sort of thing, you can almost like craft your own deck of like cool cards as your little side deck sort of thing. But I don't know if that's going to be something that I would use over just playing multi-handed. I really enjoy having the different characters moving around and having to think, oh, where do I want this character and how can I team them up together? And so I think I'll probably still play that way. And that's the other thing I really love about it. Like they've shown, especially through their like live stream, the designers were talking about how like gameplay forward their thinking process was. They weren't just like, oh, what can we chuck in? They really want to make sure the game is still really good and really solid and that sort of thing, and looking at all the different ways they can explore getting the most fun out of the system, and that's really exciting to see that that's where they're first and like their priorities sort of thing, and so that's what I'm really looking forward to, is like, how does the game change? What are the new opportunities for us? You know, I don't think we're going to see stuff like, you know, I'd love to, but you know, just the possibilities of like, oh, you know, are they going to do like a skirmish mode, or you know, this, you know, but all that sort of stuff. You know, it's just exciting to see where they can go with the with this. So yeah. Now I think my battery might be about to run out, so I'll just double check. All right, back again, guys. Sorry. So yeah, just before I sort of wrap up, I guess just wanted to touch on a couple more points. I guess the first was talking about, you know, the new gameplay and that sort of stuff. Was the other big gameplay we've seen is, or change, I guess, that we've seen or coming is the idea of these equipment cards. So that was something I'd never really was worried too much about. You know, a lot of people were saying, oh, you know, the heroes aren't really that different, and even, you know, with the new season 2 ones, you know, the fact they have a little bit more special cards and stuff doesn't really make the heroes that different. So I never, you know, I think it's true, I guess, but you know, the heroes, sorry, the villains really are what changed up the game, but didn't really bother me one way or another sort of thing. But the idea of these equipment cards, and I'd seen that some people, I think in BGG, had already sort of started playing around with the idea of these, or maybe were asking for that, maybe from CMON or something like that. There was certainly something, you know, this idea of equipment cards I'd sort of heard of before somewhere, maybe the Discord or something like that. But yeah, like looking at it, it looks pretty cool. And at first when they sort of announced, oh, you know, but you're not going to be able to use your baby cards, and you know, I love my baby mode cards, case in point from the game today sort of thing. But I was like, oh, okay. I was thinking, oh, all right. But then they said, don't worry, you know, everything is totally modular. You can choose, you can do whatever you want to do. So like if you don't want to use the equipment cards, you don't have to, all this sort of stuff. And I was thinking, oh, okay, maybe I won't. But I thought, that's a shame, you know. But the more I look at it and how it works is really, I guess, you get rid of that equipment, not the equipment, you get rid of the double wild, I keep calling them baby mode cards, the double wild cards. Get rid of that card, and essentially the equipment card sort of replaces the benefit you would get from that. You get from the equipment card. So you're not really, I was thinking, oh, you lose that sort of ability to have that big powerful turn, but it's like, well, you still have a big powerful turn, and yes, you can't combo it, you know, by leaving it in play for the next player to have, but you can sort of, you know, have it come back and forth into your hand with different ways to recharge it and stuff. So I thought, oh, it just makes it interesting. So I think that's pretty good. So that's one thing. I think I'm interested to see those. I think they'll be good, and I definitely want to try them out. And I think they add a lot of flavor and variety. So for those people that want the heroes to feel a lot more different, I think that's now where you're going to get that. And I really am also looking forward to what the fan community are now going to be able to do with all this new play space. You know, the idea of equipment cards, the idea of a whole new host of villains for players, you know, BGG people and stuff, to go on and create hero modes of them. You know, like so for the ones who aren't anti-heroes, I know there's a lot of people who fans went out and made hero versions of a lot of the actual villains. There's all the new, you know, the people who build the campaigns and you know, that sort of stuff. Maybe there's a campaign mode coming, who knows? Maybe it's inspired by some of the great work that's been done by the fans as well, but hopefully they get their cut. You know, maybe there'll be a whole host of new campaign options for people to build and that sort of thing. And you know, with equipment cards now and all that sort of stuff, you know, for an actual system an official system that's going to exist for that you know, it's going to be a lot easier to build on from there. And you know, villain versions of heroes like Scuddo is done with Punisher that we played with the other day, and yeah, so I just, you know, and I just think it's going to be a really good thing for the game, and yeah, we'll see if we get a season 4 or something like that, but who knows. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, you know, very very good times. So I just wanted to basically sort of give you guys my rambling thoughts on it and that sort of thing. So, but like I said, leave your thoughts and comments. What do you want to see? What questions have you got? Whatever you want to know, whatever you want to say, whatever input you want to have, leave it in the comments and that sort of thing as well. Yeah, or contact us in Marvel United Discord or I was going to say the Facebook page, but my Meeple Monkey Facebook page. I keep trying to get in there and it boots me straight out, so I'm not sure, something's a bit funny with that. So apologies if you're trying to contact me there, or even just say hi sort of thing, or post some stuff in there, because I don't seem to be able to access it at the moment. But yeah, anyway, well, thank you very much, guys. I hope you really enjoyed the gameplay. I hope I didn't make any glaring mistakes and that made it sort of unwatchable, but hopefully it was a lot of fun. And thanks for waiting while I sort of was recovering there from COVID. Yeah, before I say Meeple Monkey out, I will say I'll use my overwhelming influence with this channel to leverage some sort of pull here with CMON to say, CMON, please, for the Marvel United Discord people, put brute force in the game. Okay, thank you. Anyway, Meeple Monkey out. See you guys. Bye bye.